Tulfo. I move that he be recognized, Mr.
Yes, the reason why there is Davao because he grew up in Davao. I know their father was a PC colonel at the time, was stationed in Davao for a long time.
Wow.
And therefore, he also knows how to speak Bisaya.
Yes, yes, I do.
The good gentleman is recognized.
Daghang salamat, Jude, Mr. President. I will issue my manifestation of support for the budget of DOT. Good morning, Mr. President and sponsor of this committee report, Senator Nancy Binay, and to my dear colleagues who are still present and working here at the plenary hall at this hour, a fresh new day, November 16, 2022. Good morning to all. There's no question, no doubt, and no contest that the Philippines is one of the world's leading tourist destinations. Just yesterday, news came out that the Philippines bagged the title as 2022's world's leading beach destination at the 29th World Travel Awards. The first time the country bagged the top spot, besting other nominees like Jamaica, Maldives, Thailand, Santa Monica, Mexico, and even Galapagos Island. In addition, the Philippines was also hailed as the world's leading dive destination for the fourth consecutive year. These accolades, in addition to similar recognitions our country has received in the past, inspire us and give us even more reason to support not only the budget of the Department of Tourism, but most importantly, its projects and programs, especially during the post-pandemic era. The tourism industry was probably the most directly hit sector of our economy during the pandemic. Hence, it is crucial that the rehabilitation and recovery program should be given priority. In fact, if we can increase their budget more, this would be an enormous help to those who lost their jobs and businesses. Focus should be given to providing aid to travel agencies and tour guides who failed to earn income for the past 2 years. We must extend sufficient financial aid and credit facilities to small and medium business enterprises such as hotels and other entities offering tourism-related services. With that, my dear colleagues, I would like to reiterate my full support to the Department of Tourism, and I wish you the best of luck. And before I end this support, I just have a few questions. Actually, it's not a question, it's a suggestion. Napansin ko po, pagpasok po natin ng, although, again, gusto kong klaruhin na baka magkaroon tayo ng misunderstanding dito. Ito mga suggestion ko, hindi na po ito responsibility ng Department of Tourism. Maybe CAAP, maybe DOTR, maybe DOH, I don't know. Pero my suggestion is, kausapin niyo po sila, makipag-coordinate kayo sa kanila kasi apektado po yung ating tourism industry. Para hindi po ako ma-charge ng plagiarism, gagamitin ko yung anti-tourism measure mula po kay Senator Coco Pimentel, ATM in short. Tama ba, Senator Coco? Tama nga naman. Kasi nga po, unang-una, yung QR code. Yung QR code po, anti-tourism measure po yan. Napaka-inutil at stupid po yung QR code na yan. Ano pa ba ibang term dyan sa QR code? One Health F Pass.
Wala na.
That is so useless. Para saan yun? Tayo lang nag-require niyan. Sa ibang bansa, you don't need that. Bakit kinakailangan tayo magsasabit ng One Health Pass para pumasok sa sarili nating bayan? At pagdating po dito sa airport, kinakailangan natin pumila pagkahaba-haba. Ang daming dadaan ng proseso. Naka-turn off po yan sa mga turista natin. Bakit po meron pa yung One Health Pass? Baka pwede na pong sibakin ang inutil na dokumentong iyan. I know, hindi po ito trabaho, responsibilidad ng DOH, pero baka pwede po, ng DOT, baka pwede pong kausapin po ninyo ang DOH o DOTR o kung sino man pong ahensya ng gobyerno na pwede makatulong sa inyo para itong problema ito ay ma-address. Number 2, I was in Europe recently and ilang bansa po sa Europe ang napuntahan ko, walang sumusuot po ng face mask. Kapag nagsuot ka po doon ng face mask, isipin nila may sakit ka, may trangkaso ka, o may COVID ka. Iiwasan ka nila. Ang tanong, Bakit sa Pilipinas hanggang ngayon, halos lahat ng Pilipino nagpe-face mask pa rin? Turn off po yan sa mga turista. Pagpasok na sa airport, nakita nila lahat naka-face mask. So, ano pong reaksyon ng mga turista? Bakit? Ano nangyari? Hanggang ngayon ba marami pang COVID sa Pilipinas? That's why they're still wearing face mask? Number 3. Ito po. While I was in Europe in one of a hotel that we stayed, doon po sa isang elevator, pababa, narinig ko po namin yung isa pong magkaibigan turista na pinipintasan po yung experience nila sa Cebu. Na na-delay po yung kanilang flight na pagkatagal-tagal at nakita po nila yung pong mga pasahero na ilang oras na po siguro, baka 10 hours na po na delayed at kasama po sila na nakahiga na po sa sahig. Yung iba pa po nakatambay na sa CR. At sabi nila, hindi na po sila babalik sa Pilipinas. So hindi ko po alam kung ito ba'y CAAP o DOTR na kailangan nyo pong kausapin. Ano pong reaksyon nyo dito, Madam Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. President. Siguro dun sa una niyong nabanggit, yung patukoy ho dun sa One Health Pass. Wala na ho itong One Health Pass. Pinalitan na po ito ng e-arrival pass. Ang nakakalungkot lang ho ay yung Bureau of Quarantine, hindi pa rin ho nila tinatanggal yung napakapangit nilang booth sa airport.
So bakit meron pa rin pong e-pass? Ano po yung e-pass na yan? Bakit kinakailangan pa rin yan? Samantalang sa ibang bansa, wala na pong yan. Wala nang gumagawa ng ganon. Bukod tangi tayo na lamang.
Meron ho talagang arrival card. Di ba dati ko natatandaan nyo, meron ho tayong fill up pag dumadating ho tayo sa bansa.
Alright.
So medyo nag-level up na kasi electronic na ho to. Ang option nyo is either you do it before you board the plane or upon arrival, pwede nyo din i-complete tong e-arrival pass.
Madam Chair, this was just a couple of weeks ago when I came from Europe at meron pa rin po yung One Health Pass. This was only 2 weeks ago.
Ano lang ho to eh. Kailan ba tayo dumating?
Last week?
November 3.
November 3.
I think November 3 na implement ho yung
November 5?
e-arrival.
November 5 po kami dumating at meron pa rin pong One Health Pass.
Actually, Mr. President, siguro na-confuse lang ho kayo kasi yung website na papasukan nyo, One Health Pass pa din. But when you enter the site, nag-change na siya to
No po, Madam Chair.
arrival.
Kasi doon sa Europe, nung papunta kami rito, doon sa counter, hiningan po kami ng One Health Pass. Nung wala po mapakitang isa sa amin, mukhang na-hold po kami. At nagdidelikado pa na hindi matutuloy ang biyahe namin kasi ayaw naman namin iwanan yung kasama namin. Dahil sa One Health Pass na yan. Nasabi ko nga po, napaka-inutil, napaka-stupido ng Health Pass na yan. Sorry po for the word.
Actually, Mr. President, tayo po din ay dumating noong November 3. I think meron pang confusion and kulang pa din sa dissemination of information na wala ng One Health Pass. Kasi kahit po ako, naririnig ko yung nasa harap ko na nag-check-in, yung in charge, hinihingan niya ng One Health Pass. Kaya kailangan kong sabihan yung tao na, you know, in the Philippines, we don't already require One Health Pass. We already changed it to e-arrival. And then nakwento pa nga nila na ano daw, alam niyo ho ba, ang masakla pa, maraming naloko itong One Health Pass. Apparently, may nag-create ng site, fake site, na kailangan mo magbayad ng $75. At nakwento niya ho sa atin na marami tayong kababayan na naloko at nagbayad ng $75 considering na free naman tong One Health Pass.
Okay.
Pero hindi ho yan kasalanan ng DOT because
I know. Sinabi ko
this
kanina.
was required by IATF.
No, sinabi ko kanina na walang kinalaman DOT rito, pero pwede nilang kausapin yung mga agency na responsible, makipag-ugnayan sila para ma-solve itong ganitong klaseng problema. Okay.
Actually, Mr. President, ginagaya lang din po nila yung sa Singapore. Di ba, pag pumupunta tayo sa Singapore, nire-require din nila na mag-submit tayo ng parang e-arrival. Ang difference lang sa kanila, very convenient pag-land natin sa Singapore kasi in place yung kung saan itatag yung QR code mo. Unlike here, pupunta ka pa dun sa hindi yung masyadong magandang booth ng Bureau of Quarantine para lang matag yung QR code.
Okay. And second po, doon po sa face mask na
Face mask.
nakaka-turn off po pagdating sa airport. Halos lahat ng mga kawani doon sa airport naka-face mask at pumunta ho kayo sa mga airport sa iba't ibang lugar, sa Europe, sa Amerika. Wala na po nagpe-face mask doon sa mga airport, sa mga kawani.
Yes, but actually, yung as of September 12 po, ang pagsusuot ng face mask, tama ba? Signed Executive Order number 3, making mask wearing outdoors optional. And on October 28 naman po, the President signed Executive Order number 7, making mask wearing indoors voluntary.
Okay.
So, ito mga kababayan natin sa airport, I guess to protect themselves, tinutuloy pa rin ho nila yung pagsuot ng face
So,
mask.
voluntary optional.
Mr. President, point of information, in Singapore and Thailand, they have a similar mandate, no? Parang and outdoor. In fact, Singapore, indoor and outdoor are no mask requirement. But in the restaurants, in the airport, nakamask sila. I think it's an Asian thing. We're very careful. I personally think it's a human right. If they want to choose to wear their mask, they can.
I know, yeah, it's a human...
It should be a burden. No, they should be able to. It's their choice.
I know.
I do not believe, having represented the health sector for many years, I don't think that we should consider it, and I don't think it's the burden of DOT to come up with a plan to have our people who are seen in the airport or in the tourist industry take off their masks. I believe that's their choice. I would prefer to wear a mask. I only take it off kung malalayo ako sa mga tao. So I'm just stating my opinion because I will defend the DOH budget, so His Honor can also direct the questions to DOH, no, when we defend. But I think it helps us prevent the spread if people will choose to wear it, Your Honors.
I'm not saying, Senator Pia Cayetano, na it has to be mandatory na that they don't wear face mask. And I understand, tama po kayo, and I appreciate that, na voluntary po yan. However, what I'm telling you is, pag dumating po yung mga turista, medyo nakaka-turn off po yan. This is just my comment pertaining to that matter. I'm not telling na yung mga taong sa airport kailangan alisin na nilang face mask because that's their right. Kahit na kahit na meron na pong order na wala ng face mask, kailangan suotin sa loob ng airport, but still, they still have the right to wear face mask.
Yun din po kinaklarify ko.
Exactly.
There might be the...
That's exactly what I'm saying. Hindi na po ako naintindihan. Hindi po. Hindi po.
Kaya mabuting clarify nyo na parang sinasabi nyo na...
Hindi po. Ang sinasabi ko po, naka-turn off po. No, ang sinasabi ko po, naka-turn off po yun. Na baka pwede pong gumawa po ng pag-uusap ang DOH, ang tourism, kung ano po yung nababagay para naman po sa isang situation tulad natin na nangangailangan po tayo ng mga turista papasok na ating bansa. But I did not say na kailangan obligahin po natin yung mga kawani natin sa airport na wag na pong magsuot ng face mask. I didn't say that. Don't put words into my mouth.
I'm not. I'm just making
Thank
it
you.
clear na human right ng mga kababayan
exactly.
to keep their mask.
If you're concerned about human rights of people, I'm also concerned about human rights. Especially I've been working with OFWs and mga manggagawa natin for several years, and I've been protecting their rights.
And the point of order I was making, Your Honor, is that in Singapore and Thailand, at least those two countries I've visited recently.
Well, I've visited Europe and United States at wala po na sila mga face mask.
And
So,
you did not question Europe po. Nanggaling nga ako doon.
and then I'm not questioning Hong Kong and Singapore.
May I ask for 1 minute suspension of the session? Clerk Tulfo?
Okay na
Mr.
po kami.
President?
Go ahead.
Mr. President, siguro just to add, baka there's a need for all the other agencies, baka DOT can take the lead, na sabihan din ho itong mga airlines na optional na ho yung pagsuot ng mask. Siguro just to share my experience, nung nagland ho yung aeroplano namin noong November 3, pinagsabihan ho kami ng stewardess na kailangan magsuot ng mask paglabas ng aeroplano, which hindi na naman kailangan.
Alright, gusto ko lang po linawin again for the end time. Alam ko po, hindi po responsibility ito ng DOT, ito mga pinagsasabi ko. It's only a comment and suggestion na baka pwede sila makipag-coordinate sa proper agency na ma-address po itong problema ito. Dahil, sabi nga po ni Senator Coco Pimentel, ATM, anti-tourism measure, na nakaka-turn off po sa mga turista. Okay, and last
yung sa last point nyo, yung third nyo, yung tungkol dun sa DOTR, siguro just to share another, horrible experience. Yung mismong Senate President po natin nag-intay ng 3 oras sa tarmac at hindi makalabas ng eroplano dito sa NAIA. Kaya nga napaka-importante na may convergence ang DOTR, ang
Yes.
DOT, because
CAAP as well, CAAP.
MIA, and all the other bodies na in charge dun sa airport, dahil alam naman ho natin na yung mga airports natin, ang gateway. Di ba? Pag
Exactly.
nagkaroon ho sila ng hindi magandang experience sa airport, mata-turn off na kaagad itong mga turista natin at baka hindi na ho sila bumalik.
Okay. At saka yung mga turista po natin, pagdating po ng Manila, hindi naman po talaga Manila ang target nila. Mostly, they go to the provinces like Boracay, Calibo Aklan, Cebu, Palawan, Davao, Negros, etc. Now, ang nagkakaproblema po rito, yung pong delayed sa mga flights na nakaka-turn off po sa mga turista na mag-aantay sila for so many hours delayed.
In fact nga po, Mr. President, bukas sa budget po ng DOTR, itatanong din ho nga natin kung, alam nyo, di ba sa airport, pag lilipat kayo ng ibang terminal, hindi naman kayo lumalabas ng airport to go to that terminal. Unlike ho sa atin, di ba, dadaan sa traffic bago makalipat ng terminal, lalong-lalo na yung magkukuha lang ng connecting flight either to Cebu or to Boracay. So isa ho yan dun sa itatanong natin sa DOTR bukas sa budget nila, yung kung paano, kung may ease in doing business, dapat meron din ease dun sa ating ease in traveling. Baka kailangan meron din ho tayong ganong gagawin. In fact, meron na ho palang magkakaroon na ng MOA between DOT and DOTR. Pagdating ho dun sa gateway access improvement to enhance tourist experience.
Okay. And last, nakausap ko na po ang DOT, ang CAAP tungkol dito, and they're gonna do something about it. At ito po ay nakaka-turn off din sa mga turista. Like I said earlier, when tourists come over to the Philippines, hindi lamang po ang target nila is Manila, no po. They go to the provinces. And doon po nagkakaproblema yung delayed flights papuntang probinsya o pagdating po ng probinsya, lilipat sila ng another flight going to another town or city. Pag nagkaroon po ng delayed na flights, say umaabot na po ng 8 hours, 10 hours, na yung po mga pasahero, kasama na po yung mga turista, foreign tourists, na nakalatag na po yung kanilang mga tuwalya dyan, nakahiga na po sa sahig, at wala man lang pong nag-aasikaso na mga taga-CAAP o yung mga agent ng airlines. Samantalang pag sa ibang bansa po, pag na-delay na by 6 hours lang or 5 hours, nagbibigay na po ng merienda, meron na po nag-aasikaso, at meron na po kumakausap doon sa mga naantala ng mga pasahero, whereas dito wala po. So again, turn off po yan sa mga turista. Kapag nakita nila po yan, na-experience nila yan, i-compare nila yan sa kanilang bansa, and then yan po pagdating ng kanilang bansa, i-chismis po nila yan na ganun para sa Pilipinas. Yun po yung point ko. Again, walang kinalaman po dito ng DOT. Pwede niyo po siguro kausapin ng DOT at tungkol sa problema ito.
Siguro ho, para
And CAAP.
makatulong yung DOT, magtatayo ho sila ng tourism assistance booth sa ating mga airport to provide assistance and information dun sa mga turista na matatagalan yung na nade-delay yung kanilang mga flight.
Okay. So that's all, Madam Chair and Mr. President, and good luck to our Department of Tourism, the Secretary, and all the people behind the DOT. You're doing a good job. So far, so good. Keep it up. Mabuhay, magandang gabi, Mr. President. Magandang umaga. At siya nga pala, kay Senator Pia Cayetano, Madam, pasensya ka na kanina. Medyo pareho lang tayong pagod. I'm so sorry. I love you. God bless.
Oh, very good.
Love na.
Very good.